What does it mean if you have the Sun in Virgo in the natal birth chart? There's a lot of significations with this placement, and in this video, we're going to be exploring those characteristics and traits. If you have your Sun in Virgo in your natal chart, if you were born between August 22nd and September 23rd, you have the Sun in Virgo. It's August 23rd through September 22nd. If you were born between those dates, you have the Sun in Virgo. So they are perfectionists at best and at worst because they can really thrive at, they want to improve things. They want to make things better than they are. They want to make things the best that they can be. They want to perfect what is not perfected. They want to refine those types of things. They want to improve. They want to make better. The focus turns on your work and your health. Both of these two areas of life, your coworkers, but also your health, your physical health, your mental well-being. That's the focus with the Sun and Virgo natal person, as they're very sensitive to what affects their workplace and their health. They're very concerned about wanting to have a healthy work environment and a health environment that is clean out the bottoms and bottoms of all kinds of things that they're doing like that. So they want that health to be in place for health and they're very detail oriented. The thing with a Virgo is it's all about the details. It's all about the nitty gritty. It's all about perfecting those details and honing in on those details to improve them. They want organization and structure at all times, at all costs. Things must be in order, things must be organized, your pencil sharpened, um, your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted. Um, so they want structure and organization in their environment. They want to make sure that their environment is structured and organized. They crave order at all costs. That's the thing with Virgo individuals, as they have a deep desire and a yearning for order. Renegades, all the other things. So they want order in life. They want to create order, order out of chaos. That's their specialty. They crave efficiency and high quality work. They want things to be efficient. They want things to be running smoothly. They want the work to be high quality. There's an importance placed on your health and nutrition, especially with Virgo energy. They're very, very sensitive and very careful and very hyper aware of their health, of their nutrition, what they're putting into their bodies, what they're feeding themselves, what is going into their bodies. They're very, very sensitive and they're very careful and cautious of that and mindful of it as a result. Things must be in perfect working order for you. Things must go according to plan. That's very, very Virgo. Having a plan, I'm going to fix it. Things must go according to plan. That's very Virgo, and you're very good about setting plans and having the plans work out the way that they need to be with the strategicness of yourself. And for now, it works for you. Appreciation of the physical and emotional intimacy and awe. Something very, very important in love when it comes to physical and emotional intimacy. You prefer to be single than be with somebody who does not meet your standards because Virgos are very discerning in love, discerning in all areas of life. They're very particular about who they're allowing into their world and who they're being with and who they're relating with. They want to make sure that the person checks off all their boxes um, in order to be them, in order for them to be a part of their social circle. So people are very lucky to be part of a Virgo's social circle because they meet up to those standards that they have those long checklist of boxes of certain qualities and certain characteristics and traits that um, the Virgo sun person has to have checked off before they choose to relate to whoever they're relating to. In love, they're very, very devoted individuals. They like the satisfaction, the feeling of sort of the sexy satisfactional feeling of checking things off their list when they actually do the thing and then they check it off the list. There's something very, very addictive and satisfying about that experience. They are all about the work in life. They're all about working orderly, neatly, precisely, doing detailed work, doing mental work. That's what they're all about. It's very functional energy. It's also very, Virgo is also very logical energy as well. So Virgo finds it hard to relax when there is more work to do, when there is always more that could be done. Virgo does not relax and does not put up his or her feet up until all of the work is done, until the house is swept and everything, and until everything's clean, until everything's put in order, until everything is checked off the list, of the to-do list of what, your bucket list of what you need to do. So they are all about working hard and checking off all those boxes before resting. They want to make sure that the work is done completely and in full before resting. Virgo can also be very anxious, feeling like they should be doing more. They should be, working more. They should be doing this, doing that. And so, there's a lot of shoulds with Virgo energy, the shoulda, woulda, couldas of Virgo energy, of feeling like they're not doing enough. And, there's um, a sense of guilt when it comes to that, a sense of personal pressure when it comes to that. So that's can veer on the more shadowy sides of Virgo energy. They're analytical and precise, which is why fields in science and technology appeal to them. So anything that involves paying attention to details is good for them. Your sense of duty is out of the wazoo good. You have a very, very strong sense of duty, a strong sense of responsibility of who you're devoted to. You hold others to the same high standards that you have for yourself. You hold others to high standards, you judge others, you criticize others, you want people to be perfect in a certain way, and you're even harsher on yourself. So critical of others and self, both and here. They're incredibly loyal to those in their social circle. They have a strong sense of responsibility. They can be restless and nervous. They can be high strung. There's a frenetic, sort of nervous energy, a sort of antsy, like you have ants in your pants, anxious kind of energy, where they want to be on the move. They're very, very, like, it's sort of like waiting for the next shoe to drop, where they're very, very concerned about what is the next thing that's going to get out of order? What is the next thing that they need to do? I should be doing this. Um, did I turn off the stove or, those kind of thought patterns, which can be intrusive at worst, anxious at medium, but it can make them the the least grounded of all of the three earth signs. Virgo is the air's earth sign in astrology. So think of the three air signs, and if they were to create an earth sign, it would be Virgo. So that's an astrological fact. They like to be exacting and thorough. Virgo sun individuals like to be very, very exacting, very thorough with their work. They're very body aware individuals, but this can turn to being hypochondriac at worst. They're very, very concerned with their health and nutrition. That is the big focus for them is their health and nutrition. One of the top values of Virgo sun is their health needs to be in a perfect working order. Their health needs to be up to a certain standard, and their nutrition and what they put into their bodies, they have to be mindful of that. So continue with the fresh fruits and vegetables. Continue with the smoothies. Continue with, all of those things that are nutritious to the Virgo's body, to our bodies in general. Purity, in pursuit of well-being is another really, really huge value for Virgos individuals. Things are pure. They want things to um, be as pure as can be because the more pure you are, your higher your vibration. And so I am a very impure individual, so my vibration is pretty darn low. And it has been for a long time because of all the things that I did that I regret that I can't take back. So, so anyway, um, they have huge observational powers. They can observe. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. They're very, very observant. They're very logical. They're very analytical. This enables them to learn all of the ins and outs of any subject. They also like research. They're good at analyzing things, picking things apart, picking apart the pieces and analyzing and sorting out the pieces, doing all those kind of things. It may be hard for them to see the big picture for what it is. It may be hard to see the forest for the trees when they're getting too caught in the little details of things and not seeing the bigger picture. That's one of the pitfalls of Virgo energy. They get worried about all the things they aren't doing or haven't done. They can also be anxiety prone, as I've talked about earlier. They can, really accept that they have this need to get things right without overdoing it, without overdoing that need to get things right and always having to be right all the time. They can be proud when it comes to their routines, work, and hobbies. It's very, very huge value to them. They're very proud individuals of these areas of life. They're protective over the ways in which they do things. They're very, very protective over these kind of things. They are intellectually curious to explore. They're very curious individuals. They're very discerning individuals as well. They live to be of service to the people that need them. Virgo is a humble sign. It's all about service. How can I make a difference? How can I contribute? How can I selflessly do something for another? They live to be needed. They need to have a job or duty, a role where they're being of service in some way or another, to feel like they are making meaning and matter to the world. It's important for them to not be too critical of themselves, not to judge themselves too harshly. No one is perfect. They are very knowledgeable and they have a lot of know-how as well. They're very self-sufficient individuals. They're very sensitive to their surroundings. There is a reserve quality to individuals who have their suns in Virgo. Um, so they're more on the reserve side of things. They need to feel they need to feel useful and appreciated for what they have to offer. So they need to really feel useful and appreciated in life. Virgos can be nurturing in their own way through their practical advice. They have a lot of practical tips and things of supplements that you can take, of things that you can do to better your mental and physical health. They give practical service, practical advice. They aren't very creative individuals. Virgos are not known for their creativity. It's an analytic energy. It's a logical, left brain energy. They're very precise. They pride themselves on precision as well. Their criticism must must be asked by others. It must be requested first. So before you give your criticism, before you um just criticize, other people for, what their faults or what they need to improve about themselves. Did they want that criticism? Did they ask you for that advice? Did they want that input for your input to be in place and for you? So don't just give out criticisms unless people are asking for your advice and needing real honest answers, because then it can really turn them off if you just criticize them just on a Baton Rouge and not doing it when it's the appropriate time and appropriate situation to do it in. So this comes to a point of don't give criticism where your nose doesn't belong. You like to think things through before taking action. That's a very, very huge piece, is the need to think things through very, very carefully before you take action. Virgo's a very mental sign. It's a very thinking sign. They're always thinking and planning ahead. This can leave them from experiencing the joys of the present moment. So they're future pacing always. So they're thinking ahead. They're planning ahead of what the next plan is going to be and a backup plan, instead of just being present and enjoying just what you have in your surroundings and making the most of the present moment in the here and now. Virgos really, really need to do things like meditation and walking in nature, things that can really help them become more present, because they can get anxious, they can get antsy, they can get over, logical when it comes to planning for the next thing. So they need to ground into their bodies, need to come into present moment awareness, and they can come to a state of peace when it comes to that. You can quickly adapt to new situations because you're a mutable sign. Mutable signs are very adaptable. They're very but chameleon-like. They can adapt to new situations of whatever situation that they're in. They want to make life speedier and easier. Virgos are all about connecting the dots. They're pragmatic individuals and they're down-to-earth individuals. At worst, they can be self-critical, as I've discussed earlier. They're dedicated and committed individuals, and they strive to do their best um, work that they can do. They strive to be the best that they can be. So, I pulled some oracle cards for the Sun in Virgo to ask what spiritually does someone with a Virgo Sun need to know for their highest good? And I decided to use the Sacred Travel Oracle by Denise Sun. The two cards that I pulled were, first of all, rejuvenating rain, clear the path, heal the present, and overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. So if there's anything that no longer serves you in your life, anything that doesn't work for you in your life, whatever it is, a relationship, a job, a calendar, a painting, a cooking utensil, um, a book, whatever it is that's taking space up in your life, that's cluttering your life, now's the time to get rid of it. Now's the time to get rid of that uh, non-valuable stuff that takes up space in your life that you don't need. And that is not raising your vibration. And that is not for your highest good. So it's also about forgiving whom you need to forgive and let it go. So whoever you need to forgive, starting with forgiving yourself for all the things that you did that were wrong in the past. Um, so forgiving yourself um, for those wrongdoings that you have very, very strongly is something very, very important to start off by forgiving yourself for all the things that you did wrong. And then um, forgiving others for the things that they did wrong. But it starts off with yourself. Starts off with forgiving yourself first of all. So can you do that very, very effectively and very efficiently? So it's also about using water to cleanse your energy field. So using water to cleanse your energy, to cleanse your body, cleanse your mind, finding ways to do that in. And if there is an obstacle in your path, you can definitely find ways of getting around that obstacle. You can definitely face that obstacle head on for what it is inviting you to face, inviting you to do is, facing those obstacles and getting around them. And you can thrive as a result of facing the obstacle and thriving, not just surviving. And you can get through the obstacles and thrive. Know that you've got this. Know that you've got this master ring around life. So that is all that you need to know about the Sun and Virgo in the natal birth chart. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see you in the next video where I'll talk about the Sun and Libra and the natal birth chart. Bye for now, everybody.